you like to drive around and talk about the latest happenings, this is the channel you need. So subscribe and follow Carmentary.
All right, welcome to another edition of Carmentary. We are back with a new episode in English. I have thought of a hot topic. I got a hot topic and I want to talk about it right away, and I want to bring you guys and girls, although according to my YouTube analytics data I have only 1% female viewership. I think there's a big problem here. That's a little off topic. My topic today, I'm going to throw it out to you guys again, a question about Japan and tourism. It's kind of a topic I revisit occasionally here on Carmentary. I've talked about Niseko before, Hokkaido, Japan in general. I think it's time to ask the serious question. The question that no one I know, or I've never heard anyone ask this question publicly to a wide audience like there is on YouTube. What is Japan doing wrong? There it is. That's the question. And this relates to tourism. I'm not just saying in general. There's a lot of things that Japan probably does wrong, just as every other country does. Let's not get into that. That's going to get murky. Let's stick to tourism. Big thing in Japan. Japan spending mega millions of dollars to increase tourism, bringing, you know, the goal to bring in 20 million people a year and turn Japan into a hotbed, a hotspot, a tourism a global tourism fantasia. We're definitely on the way, sort of halfway there apparently. And I'm seriously involved, as a lot of you know, in the snow side, the ski and snowboard tourism and snow-related winter tourism that comes to Japan. So the question could be kind of related mostly to that, but it could be other tourism as well. Like, you know, hey, I went to Kyoto, I really enjoyed it, but this, and this could have been way better. Or I'm like megabucks traveler, I go to all these amazing places, and Japan really let me down because of this, and this, whatever. I want to hear what we're doing wrong, and let's get specific with it. I'm heading to Niseko right now. Niseko is a key focal point for winter tourism in all of Japan. It's sort of the leader. It's the first place to really blow up. I'd like to hear what Niseko is doing wrong, because now that it has grown so much and so many people have come and so many people are repeat customers, there's now a whole group of people who are sort of the tourist pioneers. Maybe they came early on in the game, and now they come back and they're like, oh, Niseko, it's so crowded. I knew it when there was nobody there. You know, like, there's definitely that kind of element. Okay, crowded, that's an easy complaint, but let's dig a little deeper. I'm sure there's other things. Here, I'll give you an example that I have, and I live here, so. But I'm a tourist. I travel around a lot of places. I go all over Hokkaido, all over Japan. One of my biggest complaints is that in general, the breakfast buffets at hotels in Japan serve really crappy breakfast. That's my problem. That's my gripe with tourism. Like, when you travel around, the food in Japan is amazing. You can have, for like $6, you can have an amazing bowl of ramen or whatever it is. I think it's still cheap, very reasonable. But when you stay in any kind of hotel, whether it's a cheap hotel or even some rather expensive hotels, you go to the breakfast buffet and it really leaves me in a state of breakfast depression. Scrambled eggs are not a liquid. That is my big gripe. Scrambled eggs should have a firm consistency. They are not something you drink. Did the chef watch Rocky too many times to be like, oh, Americans, foreign, white people, they like their eggs runny? No. Cook those scrambled eggs. I know it comes out of some frozen pouch and you're just heating it up in a bucket. But make the effort to cook it a little bit. So that's one of my personal things. I think breakfast is super important. And it's funny because I've talked to hotel managers and hotel owners, and their most important thing now is to get high ratings on the travel websites. In Japan, the biggest one being like Rakuten or Yahoo or, you know, these search engines and travel sites. They rank hotels, and people make their bookings and reservations based on those rankings. And the key thing to getting a good ranking, to get your high ranking, is to have a good breakfast, because it's the last thing people remember when they check out. And that's like a no-brainer, right? Yeah, of course. You stayed, it was a great hot springs, really nice bed, it was comfortable, whatever, you really enjoyed it, and then you go to breakfast and you're like, oh, man, do I have to drink my scrambled eggs? And then you get in the car, and then someone's, you know, automated machine sends you an email and says, how was your stay? Take a minute to put in a review. Help other travelers make choices. Everybody gets those emails, so you go, oh man, those eggs sucked. Give them a low ranking. So it's super important. Everybody knows it. The hotels know it. So I'm saying, why is breakfast still so crappy? I'll give you an example. I went to Taiwan a couple years ago for a shoot down there in a factory, and it was way out in the countryside. I just picked this hotel through hotels.com or whatever, and you know, it's all Taiwanese tourists, very local. It's kind of like a medium hotel, not super expensive, not super cheap. Breakfast was amazing. I thought it was super good. There was all kinds of choices. It was hot. It was like, you know, it was a buffet, but it was like, I thought it was really well done. I was impressed. Where else have I been? Generally, Europe. Last year, I went to Germany and Slovakia. Both places, all the hotels we stayed in, wicked breakfast. Wicked breakfast. Slovakia hotel, great breakfast. Like all kinds of choices. There was like, the bread was really warm and fresh. There were cheeses, like several types of yogurts, like, you know, man, I can't seem to get off this breakfast thing. I'm super into breakfast. It's my favorite meal. It must be it's gotta be everybody's favorite meal. If you don't like breakfast, you're like either drinking too much alcohol or you're really screwing up what you eat for dinner. And you're not able to digest what you're eating. And so you wake up in the morning and you absolutely don't feel like having breakfast. If that's you, you need to look at your health overall, because you should enjoy breakfast. It should be the most important meal of the day. Okay, so back to the theme. What is Japan doing wrong relating to tourism? If you've been here, even if you haven't been to Japan, but let's say everybody gets ads and everything now. Instagram, I see ads for recently South Africa, New Caledonia. I'm getting ads for places I've never been to and may never even go. I'd love to if I had the time and the money, or if someone wanted to bring me there, I could act like an important influencer and make a vlog about it. Good idea. South Africa. So there's ads everywhere, even if you haven't been to Japan, but you see these ads and you're aware of Japan, but you're like, nah, these ads aren't making me want to go. Tell me about that. I'd love to hear about that. This is important feedback. I really try to respond to the comments. I think I've been doing really good with it recently. If it gets to a level where there's so many and I can't respond to all of them, I hope you understand that. But right now I don't get that many, so feel free to comment. I'll reply back, and we got to get some conversation going. I am still included in a list of Japan tourism ambassadors. I get these regular emails from the Japanese government. They ask me to come to these events in Tokyo, which which I never go to, but I'm still sort of in the loop. And I have certain times and events where I'm able to voice my opinion, and it's really nice to know what people think. And because I live here, even though I'm a foreigner, I've been here a long time, 27, 28 years now. So I'm pretty local, and there's a lot of things I miss. I just don't pick up on it. So it's really great if you guys can help me out. All right, let's see if there's anything else I can think of. Breakfast, I think we talked about breakfast enough. I think Japan has a long ways to go with obviously the social media and, you know, communication. This probably relates to advertisements and just general promotion. There's one thing I see, and I get pulled into this a lot. Japanese organizations, government, ad agencies, corporations, etc., when they're promoting tourism, they really like to use foreign models. And I don't always agree with that. You know, it's like if the ads for South Africa that come to me on Instagram were filled up with like Scandinavian models, it would feel really weird. Like, is that what South Africa's really like? I want to see South Africans. South Africans are obviously a mix of races, so you can have all kinds of people in there. But so it kind of weirds me out. And I've been in situations where I'm the model, and people are taking pictures of me, and I'm supposed to be the example for all, you know, old Beijing, as they say over here. You know, North American, European, whatever, tourists. But I think people want to see like Japanese people in Japanese situations. I think that's fine. I think that's why you go to other countries, is to see other nationalities and other cultures. So I don't think everything has to be promoted with a middle-aged white male like me. But I do appreciate the paying jobs. So if anybody out there wants to hire me to come and be a cameraman or a model for your whatever it is you're promoting, I'm more than willing to jump in my car and drive out there, as long as I can send a bill for it. Okay, I think that's good enough. We're going to keep this one short and sweet. I'm going to try to record another one in Japanese today. Once again, thank you for watching Carmentary and helping keep me company as I drive in my Daihatsu Wake. Look forward to hearing from all of you. And if there's any other topic also that you'd like me to touch on, I'm always looking for new interesting things to talk about. So I'd appreciate that. By the way, this is the longest tunnel on the road to Niseko, between Sapporo and Niseko. From downtown Sapporo, it takes about 2.5 hours to get to Niseko. From where I live, it's just over an hour. It's one of the higher mountain passes in Hokkaido, just over 1,000 meters at the top. The weather can be quite different on the two sides of the mountain pass. It was warm. It was like 6 degrees in Sapporo today. It's starting to rain this afternoon. I'm looking forward to seeing what Niseko is doing. We're experiencing a very early and warm spring this year. I'm claiming definitely part of climate change. These seasons are definitely getting a little shorter and have been over the last 20 years that I've been here. So it is March the 6th as I'm recording this. Hopefully get this up in a day or two. Thanks again, and remember, drive safe folks, seatbelts on, speed limit, follow all the rules, and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Oh, both hands on the wheel.
So subscribe and follow Carmentary.